Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Pinball Arcade. Last time we played Taxi, which I very much liked. I don't know why it's highlighted blue. Is that just because it was the last one I played? Has it been doing that the whole time? Next time we're playing a different tale. This time we're playing Black Knight 2000, which would be an improvement over Black Knight, so it would only make sense to go and look at Black Knight, the original Black Knight, to compare. Black Knight 2000 is actually from 1989, so full 11 years before the year 2000. The Black Knight rides again in this brilliant sequel to the Steve Ritchie hit from the 1980s, so 9 years previous. Players take the role of good versus evil as they battle the Black Knight in high velocity gameplay. This game is all about the speed and quick reactions, highlighted by features such as an upper and lower level, repeating U-turn, skyway loop shots, rewarding accurate shooters, and a drawbridge that lowers to reveal a ramp. The patented MagnaSave feature from the original game is back, which we have not seen MagnaSave really used in any other tables because it's just not as good as a kickback. But we've also seen plenty of tables between 1980 and 1989 when this came out that did not have MagnaSave or kickbacks. This allows players to activate a ball-saving magnet, preventing the ball from draining. Great scores are achieved by collecting lightning wheel awards, scoring hurry-up bonuses, and playing the 3 awesome multi-ball rounds, including the King's Ransom Wizard mode. 5,703 units of this table were produced. Alright. So, let's take a look with some table exploration. Okay. This is definitely different art from Black Knight 1, and this isn't just a reskin of Black Knight 1. The MagnaSave seems to be only existent on the right side, where there is no kickback, and then there is a kickback on the other, so that seems like, yeah, it's half in and half out. There was previously in the Black Knight a lane that shot up here and brought into this upper play field, which was much smaller in the original Black Knight. And so this lane now shoots up to this point and gets to the top that spells a win. Instead, previously there was just like drop down targets 1, 2, 3, which there were 6 of those, and now they've reduced that down to 1. There's also another way that the ball gets launched up to this table, and this loop seems to go all the way around. So you want to shoot this and then go all the way here, and I don't know if it hits a gate here or not. There's no ball locks from the looks of it in the upper playfield. Instead, the ball locks seem to be when you knock down the 1, 2, 3, then you hit the ball up here, and it somehow is supposed to curve at almost a 90-degree angle and go that way, which that feels like that would not happen very often. Or this would be a plastic ramp that would break quite a bit because of the impact here. It's also a piece of plastic right there hiding, blocking something, and then there's another launcher to launch the ball up that way. So there's like 3 different places to get the ball to the upper playfield, and I don't know if it's not these under areas where they're spelling knight with 6 drop down targets, and then when the ball does decide to drain, it drains on in the center field right next to that kickstand. There's actually a little less on this table, but the table design itself looks a little bit better, more focused on the upper playfield. The drawbridge, I assume, is this, and there is a Medieval Madness table that also has a drawbridge that actually looks like a drawbridge instead of this one that basically doesn't look like a drawbridge. And then the art looks good. Black Knight would have been a recognizable story from Arthurian times, but there's also a comic book character called the Black Knight, and I imagine maybe they were going for that. This is interesting. You can potentially drain out spelling WAR, and if you drain out, it then loops the ball back down this way, and I don't know why they have it potentially go all the way back that direction when they could have just had it stop right at that point. Interesting. There's a lot to see on this table, certainly, and figure out. Let's look at the flyer before we jump into the game. Black Knight, of course, being a recognizable pinball table, that's pretty much all you needed, is that 9 years later, being able to put Black Knight 2000 next to the original Black Knight could probably increase your sales on both tables. And there aren't a lot of tables that have trilogies or even sequels, so you're not getting, you don't get to see too much of that. Front of this flyer is just Black Knight 2000, He Rides Again, and then the back of this flyer in the scale that it's been scanned into is so small that I couldn't read any of this even if I wanted to. And that's not just because I'm looking at a TV 10 feet away across from the room. I don't think I'd be able to read that even if I had a monitor right in front of my face.
I am the Black Knight.
Remember, the Black Knight was one of the first tables, I believe, to have voice acting. There's a lane select on the rollovers. Interesting. That makes it a lot easier. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna have to use the right bump to use the Magna save or not. It feels like spelling the King's Ransom is a main goal for this table. So, and it also feels like the drawbridge is down for the first launch. And boy, does this music sound way better than anything we've heard so far. It is, I think, multi-tracking again, which most pinball tables, I imagine, will eventually get to that point where they are bringing in tracks and fading in and fading out tracks. Video games should do more of that too. And sometimes they're good at it, but sometimes they can be pretty bad at it.
No way. Get ready for battle. Give me your money. Beat the Black Knight.
Like, this is good enough audio that you could potentially sell a soundtrack around that. And yeah, I get it. You're gonna make a table a sequel to the first table that talked to you. You would want to step up the audio as much as the gameplay. If anything, they may have slightly cheaped out on the gameplay to go for the music. Now, all that being said, and all the praise being said on this table, I'm not sure I really like this table, because I still don't think I particularly like upper playfield tables ever. The loop with the two red lightnings does fling the ball back towards the center, and so that angle feels a little wonky. The drain still drains towards the center, and that feels a little wonky. don't know why I nudged there. I guess I didn't trust the kickback. Not sure what increases the score multiplier. Drawbridge down. Are they singing war because I started lighting the word war? Interesting. War equals 1,000,000.
No way.
So I guess that sinkhole is where you
Stand up and fight.
challenge the Black Knight to a battle, or to a joust, or I assume you're jousting with the knight and not fighting him sword to sword, because we don't hear any sword clashing or anything like that. You get into a weird situation here where the music is so good that it's actually distracting,
I am the Black Knight.
and so you could accidentally lose focus fairly easily.
Stand.
So that's the Double Knight Challenge multi-ball. Keep the balls in play. That's the best I think I can manage at the moment while I'm still warming up. That's the lightning wheel. So the white lightning lights the lightning wheel. There's not particularly a great shot with the left flipper, so hitting the lightning wheel might be your best bet. Getting really good at that, or the sink in shot. And honestly, I'm not sure there's a need for the Magna Saver at all, because I don't know if you actually can very often get to the right out lane. It's fairly tight in there. If only the left out lane was the same scenario. Or if there was an easier way to relight the kickback. Which not every table that has a kickback has a way that you can relight the kickback. You can definitely tell you'd have to get very good at getting the ball to the upper play field. To getting to that top play field. There's just no reason to actually put in any initials. The initials you put on this are not even the initials that show up on the overall leaderboards. So, how are we doing with standard goals so far? Save the ball with a Magna save. Yeah, I think you pretty much have to use the MagnaSave if you were going to actually get to the right in lane. There's basically no scenario where you make it down that right in lane any other way. Let's see. Each war rollover scores 5,000 when they're not lit. Black Knight has 2,000, has a lane changing feature. Completing all 3 lit war scores 20,000 and activates a hurry up at the Skyway ramp. Once the hurry up is activated, a hurry up bonus value starting at 200,000 begins decreasing on display. Shoot the Skyway ramp to score the current hurry up bonus. If you fail to shoot it before it decreases to 0, the hurry up turns off. Next time the hurry up bonus is activated, the bonus will start at its previous value. Hurry up can also be automatically activated by collecting hurry up on the lightning wheel. Lightning wheel awards are randomly collected shooting the spin lane. So this is very much like Cyclone. The only difference is they've done a digital spinning wheel where the player could actually see it instead of having them look up at the backboard, which Cyclone did. Which that definitely goes to show that the Cyclone spinning wheel is designed to catch other players' attention, where this is designed to actually have the player who's actually playing be able to make use of it. Okay. Seems like there pretty much is only one hurry up challenge, but two ways to activate it, so that very well is just going to be a matter of time.
No way.
Alright, there's the MagnaSave.
No way.
And it didn't work. It is the right bump, though, not a not just the left trigger. Come on, hurry up bonus. Done. And lots of flashing lights and rewards for that too. So I think we're trying to get an extra ball. And I think we're trying to get the MagnaSave. Didn't hit it hard enough. I could pretty much get MagnaSave in any bad game. 3,500,000.
No way.
don't think that there's anything that improves the lightning spinning table, though. I think that is pretty much it. If anything, I kind of feel like this table is a little bit more simplified than the last table. Again, tried to do the Magna save and failed. I keep expecting the ball to launch somewhere else than where it does launch from.
You got the power. You got the might. No way. Get ready for battle. Give me your money. Beat the Black Knight.
Like, I could actually believe that the song might have actually played on the radio a couple times. Or at least an in-store arcade radio. But
You are champion.
I'm not sure if you could really go much further with music in a pinball table. Unless you just want to do like a full-on rock opera and have the music playing, basically not reacting to what you're doing on the table at all. Like in 2021, you probably could do something really crazy with music tied to a pinball table, but
I am the Black
the amount of ROM that this probably took, like I wouldn't be surprised if this was approaching a 8 megabit to 16 megabit ROM, because music would not be cheap. Maybe at this point they could be using MP3s instead of other more obscure file formats, or just uncompressed WAV files. I could have Magna saved at that point, just to get that achievement done. Oddly, I have yet to activate the King's Ransom part. There we go. Save the ball with the Magna save. Yeah, I'm uncertain as to what you do to spell the King's Ransom. And almost certainly that is going to be a wizard goal, so I don't have to really concern myself with it too much, unless I was just trying to get a high score in general to get an extra ball, which does seem like that's the easiest way to earn an extra ball, is just to get a high score. Otherwise, I imagine the only other way is through the lightning table. Which that shot is still one I'm working on. There's kind of a beauty to the way the ball drains out in the upper playfield, because you can just hold this and there's a decent chance that the ball will go into that far right rollover. And since you have lane select, you don't have to worry about never hitting the W or the A. Come on, extra ball. I don't know if this actually does give you extra ball or if it only lights extra ball and then you have to do something else. I missed the hurry up bonus there. Doing decent, but we still got a way to go. We're gonna get the extra ball the hard way.
You are champion.
We're doing better. If anything, this is a table where I'm having to incrementally get better and better at it instead of just having one good game.
I am the Black Knight.
They probably somewhat painted themselves in a corner with the I am the Black Knight sound effect and couldn't really re-record that. But that's fine. They make up for it with the rest of the music, which we desperately need to go play the original Black Knight just to compare and contrast. Yeah, with the right flipper, you can pretty much not hit the two lanes on the left. Well, the two lanes on the right. So right flipper sends it to the, should shoot it up to the playfield. Left flipper should go for the lightning. I got a Magna save there. These are still fairly tight shots you have to make in the upper playfield. They were fairly tight in the previous Black Knight also. So they feel like they're living up to the history of the table. You really wouldn't want Black Knight 2000 to be 3-4 times easier than Black Knight original. That would potentially open up a lot of chatter around the idea that pinball tables were getting easier or getting dumbed down, which is not, I think, what you would want. I tried to get the hurry up bonus. 200,000 at most is not the biggest bonus for a hurry up bonus anyways, when you need 3.5 million. This is a table that feels like you could burn out fairly easily on, though. There's kind of a lack of variety in what you're doing. It always kind of starts you with your upper playfield one goal. Notice we're not seeing a skill shot. Primary launcher. There's our hurry up bonus. That is my incredibly delayed reaction. Anytime I have to take my hands off the two triggers, I have a fairly delayed reaction there. It seems like you don't get any bonus for hitting the standing targets once they've already been lit. And it seems like you have to hit the standing targets fairly hard. I guess those are technically standing targets that are on a moving platform, not so much drop-down targets.
No way. Give me your money.
Now, I'd like to figure out how to increase the score multiplier, so let's do a couple things here. Let's first jump out and load Black Knight in general. And see, even though it's called Black Knight, you have a Silver Knight on the backboard. Just do a little bit of table exploration here. 2 Magna saves in the original one. Your score multiplier and everything is shown on the center of the table instead of a spinner. There's 3 drop-down targets here, 3 drop-down targets here, a multi-ball lock here, a lane that was pretty deadly here, a lane that was pretty deadly here. They got rid of that, thank goodness. A loop here that was pretty deadly, and then a fairly difficult shot. And then up here they have 3 blues and 3 reds again, and 1 bumper, and then a multi-ball lock for 3-ball multi-ball. The launcher launches you up here. So a fairly large improvement. And so we can hear what the original audio sounded like. It's very beep bop boop bops. This is a much more empty lower playfield, trying to go for longer shots. And a lot of drains that lead directly down the center. A smaller scoring table too, of course. The only thing I'd probably complain about is they made getting multi-ball a little bit more difficult than they should. Because you're going to see here, in this case, I'm practically already locked in multi-ball. And see, the score here is to score at least 1 million. Whereas they want me to score like 2.5 million, 3.5 million.
I am the Black Knight.
Major improvement over the course of 9 years. Which, yeah, that's what you would expect. Wouldn't you? It would really suck if they came out with the Black Knight 2000 and it was exactly the same quality of technology, exactly the same quality of design. It had no new tricks, and it was in no way as innovative because there would have been 9 years of innovation somebody else would have made instead. There's an extra ball on the lightning wheel, so if I can get the ball to go on the lightning wheel a lot, I will eventually get an extra ball. Now I just have to remember that the extra, it launches. It seems to me like what causes the King's Ransom to happen is this lightning wheel only too. So it kind of feels like there should be some more activators, like ways to activate some of these modes. Maybe there is a way to do it, and I just haven't figured it out yet. Which does make an argument that this is a table I might have to put more than an hour into to really get a good grasp of how it plays. And that might be the case for later tables in general, is that we might start to see longer and longer episodes as I just can't tear myself away from the table, or I've put an hour into it and I still haven't seen half of the possibilities. Come on. One of the problems I would complain about on this table is the fact that you aren't reducing your odds on the lightning wheels by collecting things. So it's always one in however many options are on the table, which by the looks of it, it looks like 16.
Stand up and fight.
Get ready for battle, it says. What are we trying to hit? Or are we just keeping the balls in play? Like, theoretically, we're keeping the balls in play. But I think we're trying to hit the loops and rounds. That kickback just saved 2 balls. I have no idea what we were aiming for there. Were we trying to lock the ball back up in the top? Or what? I have no idea. You never have a match game that gives you an extra ball. There probably is a table that does that, but not very many. And frankly, getting a match game that gives you a full credit, which would be 3 extra balls, is way more generous. So it would be kind of regressive to have a match game that just matches for an extra ball only. And that's something we're kind of seeing is, alright, got the extra ball. I think the lightning table must have given that to me. Now once I get the extra ball, I'm pretty much just going to lose steam. I'm getting a little tired. I've been playing for 3 or 4 hours of pinball. Alright, bridge is down. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it harder.
Stand up and fight.
This is a table that really highlights where the strength in the flippers is necessary to, if they give you some weak flippers that can't get the ball up the ramp, you're going to be dead in the water in a table like this.
You got the power. You got the might. No way. Get ready for battle. Give me your money.
And I guess that raises the gate when you're doing the double night challenge. I don't know if what I'm actually targeting. Yeah, and then it lowered the gate again. My throat is fairly dry and I can't drink any water at the moment because I'm in the middle of a game. I didn't want to pause. There are definitely some parts of tables that are still not intuitive enough. If I have been able to activate double night challenge mode 3 or 4 times now and still don't know what I'm supposed to do when I activate that mode, that seems like a problem. And even though the music is really nice, they've chosen to use the music instead of have the table tell you what to shoot. Which ideally more verbal instructions would have been appreciated.
Stand up and fight.
We've got a decent setup for a good game here. And as soon as I say that, of course, I drain the ball. There we go, take some time to drink some water. Darn it. That's one of those shots where you actually need more momentum than just the ball falling down. You need to be able to bounce some of the downward momentum of the shot, of the ball rolling downward up the ramp too. Just flicking the flippers. That's funny, I had to re-lower the drawbridge.
No way.
Come on. This doesn't feel like a table where I have to nudge it very much, or where nudging is an absolute necessary. Although it probably would help in a few places. So one more ball. If I can get about 800,000 points on this ball and not just immediately drain out. The pressure is on, of course.
Stand up and fight.
Again, I don't know what I'm supposed to be targeting here. But I now see why that lane is longer.
You are champion.
I was still like 320,000 short of an extra ball. But didn't I get an extra ball already? So aren't we already at the wizard goals? Yes, we were. Okay. So the things we're looking for is a score on 100k Skyway loop. Let's see how you do that. Skyway loops are a great way to score points, build up the end of ball bonus and non-current things. So just shoot that loop. Is what, 20,000. 2 is 40,000. Up to 100,000. So 20, 40, 60, 80. Shoot it like 5 times in a row. Failure to complete a consecutive Skyway loop resets it to 20,000. Completing 2 consecutive Skyway loops also lights the extra ball for 8 seconds when it's lit. Complete the Skyway ramp to earn the extra ball. Each time the extra ball is earned from the Skyway loop, and the additional Skyway loop is required to relight the extra ball. Skyway loops are cumulative throughout the game. Each one adds 3,000 points to the end of the ball bonus. Complete 3 consecutive Skyway loops. Also activates the hold ball feature. So that's really something you should be trying to do every time. And then Skyway Bonus. Completing Black Knight can save balls from draining, and it lets you score the Skyway Bonus. Knight represents those and those. Completing both banks collects a letter in black. Oh, so you have to hit Knight 5 times 6, 30 times. But it seems like there might be a timer element too that speeds that process up. So then there might be something slightly easier to spelling Black Knight. Score the jackpot.
Give me your money.
To activate the multi-ball, lock 3 balls in the drawbridge. To lock 3 balls, drawbridge must be lowered first. Blah, 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 blah. We've done that several times. Once the drawbridge is lowered, shoot the drawbridge ramp to lock the balls. Once 3 balls are locked, 3 ball multiplier starts. The jackpot lights at the drawbridge ramp. The jackpot starts at 1,000,000. When multi-ball is active, all targets on the table increase the value by 7,000 points up to 4,000,000 points. Jackpot value carries over from ball to ball, player to player, and game to game until it resets. The jackpot value resets to 1,000,000 if Black Knight 2000 is reloaded or you quit a game in progress. If you haven't scored a jackpot in the game, the drawbridge remains down, shooting the drawbridge ramp. To score the jackpot, only one jackpot per 1,000,000 can be scored. Okay, so we know how to do that. Another multi-ball mode is the Double Knights Challenge. To activate that mode, shoot the challenge lane when it's lit for multi-ball. To light this, score U-turns. Before the Double Knights Challenge is activated, the first time score 1 U-turn. Lights the challenge lane. Stays lit for 13 seconds. Shoot the challenge lane before the timer expires to activate Double Knights Challenge. During this 2-ball multi-ball, the goal is to complete the unlit war rollovers. Okay, each time all 3 wars are completed, it scores 1,000,000 points. Black Knight 2000 has a lane change feature. Alright. Okay. Can also be activated with the lightning. The wizard mode on this table is called the King's Ransom. This is activated by spelling ransom. To collect the letters ransom, first complete the unlit win. Okay. And then hit up the drawbridge. Okay. So either get the lightning reward or just play a lot. It does carry over ball to ball, game to game, so that's actually fairly easy if you just played a lot. Like, I think of all these goals, the first one is probably the most intensive as far as how much skill, and then everything else seems like it would just be a matter of time. Scoring Double Knights Challenge 1,000,000 probably means you have to spell war 3 times.
I am the Black Knight.
Once again, I've accidentally hit a button that moved the skin over. This table kind of is too easy to be dumbed down in its description, because what it really boils down to is left flipper hits the white lightning shot, and right flipper on the bottom shoots the ramp up to the top. And then mostly you just want the ball at the top as much as possible. Otherwise, I'd have to get very good at time shots as far as shooting that ramp up to 1,000,000. Because there's no carryover for that in particular. You just have to get really good at that one shot. It's funny that it says the game has a wizard mode, but what I would have thought if somebody was going to say a table had a wizard mode is that there would be a very difficult gameplay mode. So that was Skyway Loop 1. So I don't know if I just accomplished what I was trying to accomplish or one of the wizard goals, but I did get a decent amount of score. Notice that none of the wizard goals for this table are actually just asking for you to score a certain amount. So, and we'll see more of that as we start to run into more modern tables. They have more interesting goals that can be set for them, whereas some of the wizard goals for some of the 60s and 70s tables really was so generic. And effectively they are asking the same thing anyways, though. If they're saying score $1 million bonus, then they're saying score at least $1 million points in this manner. I feel like all my shots are off. And this needs to be the last game. Although we should try ball control mode.
No way. Get ready for battle. Give me your money. Keep the black knight.
The music basically makes him feel like he's not actually a Black Knight as much as he's some TV show character or cartoon character, which that's fine if they wanted to go cartoony with it. I've gotten fairly decent at playing pinball with this weird yellow skin. So at least
No way.
I'm happy it hasn't become a major hindrance for as many times as I've accidentally been allowed to activate it. Yep. This is a table though that would just take more time too, so we kind of don't have anything to really say here, but about the table. Music test, music off. Display test, sound test. All lamps, single lamps. Coil test, switch level test, switch edges. Memory bank. Factory altered. And then you have a whole bunch of audit things, which don't really matter. And it doesn't seem like the audit things actually count anything anyways. So it's kind of ridiculous to simulate stuff like that. Are there any rules we could actually change? Hmm. Hmm. Wow, just a ridiculous amount of odds. So here you could change the instant replay from 10% to 11% higher or lower. Replay starts higher and probably a little bit lower. You don't have fine-tuned control here. Oh, I think I finally figured out how the up-down button works. So what's the lowest you could get for a replay? Because 1,000,000, that makes sense. You couldn't get it down to 0. Right drains. Seems weird that some of the audits are mixed. Well, I guess I have to be on the, be up and down it on this too. Interesting. Replay levels 1. Replay award a ball. So you see how they kind of have this system where you can change. How many balls could you do? Wow, 9 balls. That's asking. That's a lot. Tilt warnings 3, maximum extra balls 3, maximum credits 10, which I guess means it would eject a coin if it tries to take more than that, or maybe that's the maximum credits you can win. Free play mode, yes. See, 1 coin equals 1 play. 3 plays. 4 coins equals 3 plays. 2 coins equals 1 play. Australia, or Austria coinage. Austral coinage, UK coinage, Swiss coinage, Belgium coinage. Interesting. I would have thought that that would have not been built directly into the game itself. That they would have all of that as an option. Magnet on time, magnet save on start, war memory. That would be actually very nice to have war memory. Yes. Free spins 4, ransom frequency 5, t-shirt display. Yes, I bet they offered to give a advertisement to give away a t-shirt. And then I bet if anybody tried to take them up on that offer at this point, they'd say no. Let's see. Multiple difficulty easy, percentage special 4%. Yeah, you can definitely change the randomization. It's not a fair reward wheel. Extra ball timer 8 seconds, U-turn timer, night timers, ransom timers. So you could increase the timers like crazy. You could turn off the attract sounds. You could maybe put on a custom message. 1 coin, 1 buy-in. Kickback setting medium, 5 balls, 2 coins. Several different ways that you could establish this and change the price. But you can see by 89, there definitely were some arcades where they were making it fairly expensive if they wanted to. Right. And I think at that point we've gone full circle on all of the settings. See what a simulated experience here would be like. Right. So can I get the drawbridge down? Hit this. Hit this. Hit this. Hit this. Wow. So the answer is kind of no. You're not going to get enough momentum with ball control to get up there. It's just another ramp you can't actually hit. I don't feel like I'm hitting the Skyway loops enough to increase the speed. You can't do anything by bringing the ball down there. And with probably high difficulty, you could probably manage to get into there quite a bit. And do the lightning wheel. But you kind of are out of luck, because that's a ramp, so you don't have any magnetic real ability to get back up. And it really does just want to bounce the ball back downward. So even cheating, trying to get like the Black Knight spelled here, isn't really going to accomplish much.
No way.
It is asking too much by far to have you spell knight several times. Just go into that lightning wheel, come on. This is once again just killing my thumb on the D-pad. See, I've got it. I didn't got it up to Skyway Loop 2, but I don't know what I specifically did to get it to go up higher. And either I control the lower ball, or I try and control the upper ball. I'm just doing things at this point and not even really paying attention, just trying to mostly keep the ball from draining. If I can get that there. Nope, I lost the ball in the upper play field, and that's what I would have needed. Once again, just killing my thumbs. Alright. If I can just get that one blinking letter in time, I can spell black, and then that's pretty much all I can do on this table. And then we'll just have to play from there. And come on, man. Oh man, this is just ridiculously uncontrollable. Try and do the loop again. It's back to Skyway Loop 1. So I don't know what reset it. I feel like maybe just going for the kickback might be the easiest way to hit each one of these letters. Just drain there and let it hit.
You got the power. You got the might. No way. Get ready for battle. Give me your money.
There we go. So that's all of Black Knight completed. Which basically means I can't do anything else on the lower table. So we just gotta play. Like, what we would want here is just to get the multiplier up to the max. Or get a multi-ball, just for the fun of it. I guess if I could get the ball up on the table, I could probably control it at that point well enough to drain it.
You got the power. You got the might. No way. Get ready for battle. Give me your money. Beat the Black Knight.
There you go. That's like a full multiplier. So I don't think there's much else I could do. Just keep those shots going. I could lock a quick multi-ball. There is the million to spell war while you're doing your 2-ball multi-ball. Now the gate's back down. Back up. So through a lot of cheating, that first ball was basically 5 million. And we have an extra ball sheet again, which keeps everything where it is. And there's our multi-ball. And I'm accomplishing a lot of this without the cheating setup. Sure, the cheating setup helped and increased the multiplier, but the actual gameplay mechanics and skill still is needed to actually make the shots. Come on. Hit it. We've got another extra ball. So this is just going on all over the place. But the whole King's Ransom thing, even with all that setup, I've still not really gotten the jackpot, and I've still not really been able to do the ramp combo Skyway loops up to 1 million. So there are definitely parts of this table that are kind of unrealistic challenges. A little too hard for my taste. And that might make an argument that you'll end up playing this table a little bit longer, but you might be playing it in frustration and instead of enjoyment. And that is always the crazy, delicate, impossible to find balance with pinball, is that are you going to make a table that is frustrating and more playable in the long term, or you're going to make a table that's easy and then becomes stupidly easy and people get bored with it because they've already accomplished everything they can be. And unlike video games, if you own a pinball table or if you see a pinball table somewhere, you're not going to have a library of thousands of other pinball tables that you could potentially play like you could for Steam. My Steam collection of games is well into the 1,000 or 2,000s. So that's just spoiled for choice, whereas there's considerably fewer choices on pinball tables, even if you're playing them digitally, like this. So they need to have more staying power. Running out of things to say at this point. I don't want to put the table down, even though I'm in cheating modes right now, so anything I actually accomplish here would at most just be a warm-up for playing the table legitimately. And honestly, my fingers are much closer to needing a break than they are warmed up.
No way. Get ready for Rydo. Give me your money. Keep the black light.
This is another song that could also drive a arcade attendant crazy, hearing this play over and over again. Although, in all actuality, most arcade attendants were probably college kids and working their first job, basically, so I imagine they got abused pretty terribly, and if they complained to the arcade owner about noisy machines, the arcade owner probably would not care one bit, even if it was something as simple as just changing a setting. Having the music play and attract more people to put quarters in is more important than keeping the sanity of the attendant in the arcade owner's mind, I'm sure. Like, there is a argument that several torture techniques have been developed around playing loud music and over and over again to deprive people of focus. Yeah, I might even argue there's a chance I'd do better on a table like this if I turned off the music in the menu. But almost certainly if I was going to turn off the music and play this table for several more hours, I would do it by listening to a podcast or something. Ball 9. With 9 balls, though, I'm still really not doing that great. Like, I should be a lot higher than 10 million scores. You can also look at the top left and just see how high the score potentially could have been, and how the LCD matrices of like 9 segment numbers. Yeah, that's what they're called. They're called 9 segment LCDs. But there's a big enough row there to have 4 players or just display fancy things and fancy animations, or have the number go very, very large.
You are champion.
How many credits are we gonna get? 1? Just 1? $11 million. High score is 22 million. So of the wizard goals, these 2 I'm still not sure about. This one I did. I don't think I did this one, but I think this one and this one are connected. This is the one I tried really hard to get. Shooting the loop from the flipper scores a Skyway loop worth 20,000. Completing 2 consecutive Skyway loops is 40,000. So does that mean you have to hit it 2 in a row? Up to 100,000. See, if it was 20, 40, 80, 100, that would be reasonable. But if it's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, that's a little harder. The value continues to increase for each additional consecutive loops up to 1,000. Failing to complete a consecutive loop resets it back to 20,000. Completing 2 consecutive Skyway loops also lights a bunch of other things. Skyway loops are cumulative through the game. Each one adds 3,000 to the end of the ball bonus. Completing consecutive Skyway loops also activates other things. Yeah. It just doesn't make enough sense. See, this is Skyway Bonus. That's what we're looking for. And instead of showing me the instructions on how to spell. Okay.
You are
Once
champion.
black is complete, it lights the Skyway ramp for a 1 million Skyway bonus. Shoot the Skyway ramp to score the Skyway bonus. Okay, good to know. So we know how to do that. At least. And then jackpot, we know.
Give me your money.
And we know how to do that. The wizard mode on this table is called the King's Ransom. This is activated by spelling ransom to collect letters in ransom. See, there is an advertisement with a phone number in the background there. It's
Stand
trying
up
to
and
sell you
fight.
t-shirts. Williams merchandise. To activate by... This is activated by spelling ransom and collecting the letters ransom. To collect them, you spell win rollovers. And then lower the drawbridge and do the drawbridge ramp shot to collect the letter in ransom. Letters in ransom can also be collected from the ransom lighting wheel. Letters carry over from ball to ball, player to player. The King's Ransom is a 3-ball multi-ball mode that lasts for 20 seconds. If ransom is completed by locking the third ball, it will just release the 3 balls from the third ball. Otherwise, more balls must be manually launched, so no auto launcher. While the King's Ransom is activated, any balls that drain are automatically saved and sent to the plunger, where they can be manually relaunched into play. Following features activated during the King's Ransom. The end of ball multiplier is advanced to 5 times and carried over to the next ball by the hold feature. And the ball multiple increases the bonus for each U-turn and Skyway loop once the ball is drained. Another feature is the King's Ransom is the jackpot lights at the drawbridge ramp. So basically everything on the table is going to score high. Which the idea of a wizard mode being this is like the high score jackpot mode is a little off from what a wizard mode would imply to me as an extra expert difficulty mode. There's just so much information and instructions here to have 254 sentences or collection of sentences. It is a very complicated table, more complicated than it seems at first blush. Well, I've been playing for 1 hour and 30 minutes, and so yeah, that's nice to have a successful favorite table back to back with Taxi and Black Knight 2000. Let's see. This week I am number 6, so not too many people played this high score. Have played this table so far this week that I'm in the top 6 of 23. Which is, that's crazy. And then we've got 4 more tables that are either 89, I assume, because I assume this first table will be 90s. And we're looking forward to Elvira, and I wouldn't be surprised if 1 or 2 of these other games are pretty good too. So we're going to end on a bang. And it really is only, I'm expecting to get better and better. We might start to see some dredges, like as far as tables from the 90s, but I'm not seeing a lot of that. Some of these tables I don't recognize, but a lot of them I do, or at the very least have enough of a concept that they should be good tables. By the 90s, you would have had both 60s, 70s, and 80s. So you would have had 3 decades of previous experience to learn from. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and give me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.